and welcome to Tutorial Tuesday. It is February 14th. Happy Valentine's Day to all of you. My name is Denise Cox and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Trail, British Columbia, Canada. And today I am here to share with you a fun and pretty card created with the two-tone Flora stamp set. So this stamp set is a wow because it's got some gorgeous two-step stamping that I'm going to share with you. So if you're here, say hello. Let me know you're watching along. Hello, Carol, and welcome. Happy Valentine's Day to you too. So I hope that you guys got spoiled today, got showered with all kinds of love. That's what the day is all about. Yeah, it's been pretty quiet around here. It's been great. It's been a nice relaxing day, lots of puppy snuggles. So yes, a good Valentine's Day. All right, so a couple things before we get to the stamping really quick tonight. I just wanted to let you know that celebration ends February 28th, so we have exactly 2 weeks to take advantage and earn those free products with your orders. So remember, for every $60 you spend, you get to choose free items. There's also a list that's been added, so there are a few items from the annual and mini catalog you can also earn for free. So that ends February 28th, so 2 weeks from today. You also have 2 weeks left to join my team and get this exclusive boho blue mini machine if you choose. So lots of information about that on the website, on my blog. I've been talking about it now since the beginning of January, so I'm sure you've all heard it. But just 2 more weeks, so just so you know that. All right. Hello, Gail and Sherry. Thank you for being here. Okay, so that is really all I wanted to chat about today. Let's get to stamping. Let's have some fun. Okay, let me change it to the desk view. There we go. I'm loving this new setup, by the way. It's much easier. Okay, so here we are. And today we are going to create with... Oh, I should have been a little more prepared. I've got some pieces cut here. So we're going to create with the two-tone Flora stamp set. Okay, now this does come as a bundle, and I should show you the bundle because I actually, when I ordered, I put in the wrong code and I ended up with just a stamp set and no dies. So here is the beautiful stamp set right here. It's $32, and you can get these gorgeous dies, and they're quite small in this picture. You can see those dies there. For $77.25, you get both the dies and the stamp set, so you save 10%. It's a really great deal. Here they are better. This is a better photo to show you. So this is the bundle here we're going to be using. We're also going to be using this fancy Flora Designer Series paper, which is so, so pretty. The Pool Party Grow Grain Ribbon, as well as the Iridescent Pastel Gem. So we're using a bunch of this suite today to make a really pretty card. All right, so Gail's asking about the boho blue mini boss. I don't believe it is going to be available after celebration, but I haven't really heard. So I was under the impression that is an exclusive for celebration. Okay, so here's two-tone Flora. We are also going to be using the Sending Support Cling Stamp Set. This is one of the options you can get for free during celebration. So a bunch of really heartfelt, supportive, kind of sympathy, thinking of you type of sayings on this stamp set. So that's a really good one. And we are going to use the fancy Flora paper, which I talked about already. But let me show it to you in all of its beautifulness, if that's a word. For some reason my screen is being goofy with the comments here. Okay. Hello, Tina, and welcome. Okay, so here is the fancy Flora paper. I'm just going to fan through it so you guys can check out how pretty it is. It looks like painting, like thick, what type of paint is it? Like acrylic paint? It is just really, really fun, right? Fun, pretty colors. I love this one. This is the one we're going to be using tonight right here. So you can see that it's full of Beautiful colors. And just look at that one, so pretty. All right, so this one is available. You get 4 of each pattern when you order the paper pack. It is 6 by 6, so 48 sheets in total, and it's $16.50. So you can add that to your order if you like that style of paper. Okay, let me put these 2 stamp sets aside for the moment, and let's start stamping. Sorry, this is just giving me my air. Okay, got the comments in view. Here we go. All right, so we're going to start with a pool party card base. Okay, I've got it folded in half. I'm folding it along the score line, and I'm going to burnish it with my bone folder. And then I've got a piece of 2 pieces of basic white that both measure 4 by 5 1/4. One will be for the front and one's going to be the insert, but I do want to do some stamping on both, so I'm not going to attach either. So for now, I'm going to put my card base just off to the side. And we're going to bring in our first piece of basic white, and this is going to be for the front of our card. And here is the strip of paper I told you we're going to use. So I love all these fun colors down here. The back side looks like this. Either would work for our card today, but I am going to stick with this one. So I'm going to go ahead and attach that with my Stampin' Seal. Okay, so we're just attaching this straight across. And I believe that this measured 1.5. Yes, so this is 1.5 inches by 5 1/4, this piece here, okay? The next thing I'm going to do is now I want to put a cluster of flowers in here. So I am going to bring in this stamp here, and I forgot to put that one on a block, so let's just go ahead and do that right now. I'm going to have to just sneak a block off of here. There we go. You can see, I don't know if you guys can see that my block is a little bit pink colored. I was doing a bunch of stamping with purples and reds the other day, and my blocks look like they might need to be cleaned up a little. Okay, so here we've got some soft succulent ink. I do want to let you know that the In Color family that includes the soft succulent will be leaving when the catalog retires at the end of April. So if there's any of those 5 colors that you really love, it's a good time to start getting stocked up on them, because once the catalog retiring list goes live, that paper and ink will sell out very quickly. So I'm just going to go ahead and stamp in soft succulent. I'm going to stamp that one up there, and I'm going to stamp another down here. Okay, isn't that a pretty leaf? Oh, I just love that branch of leaves. Okay, so I'm going to tuck that aside for now. Now the next thing I'm going to do is stamp some, no it's not, I want to stamp some flowers, that's what I really want to do, but first things first, let's put our ribbon on. So this is the gorgeous grosgrain ribbon in Pool Party, right here, and this ribbon is so soft and fun to use. Like, it is a dream to add to any card project. I'm going to take my tear tape, and what I'm going to do is run it along so the edge is on the edge of the Designer Series paper. I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to put my tear tape, right here across like that. And then I'll take my snips and I'll just snip this off. And with another piece of tear tape. Now because I moved that, I want to just double check that it's still going to be straight in the front. All right, let's put that down across here. Okay. Now we've got our ribbon in place. We can attach this to the front of the card. And I'm going to take this backing off because that's going to help to keep it in place. And just going to center it on the card front. Okay, now let's do some fun stamping. So, where is my white paper? I just had a piece of white paper. Here it is. Okay, so we actually had 3 pieces. We had the one for the inside, we had a scrap piece. Now, we're going to do our stamping of our flowers. And this is the moment that you're all going to fall in love with this two-tone Flora stamp set because it is so gorgeous when you do the stamping. So I want to do 2 flowers, and we're going to use the larger flower here and this medium flower down here. And the colors I've chosen to do this with are Petal Pink and Orchid Oasis, which match with the colors that are in our designer series paper. Hi Rose, welcome. Thanks for watching. Okay, so let's start with the Orchid Oasis. And first things first, we're going to stamp this stamp here, which is this guy right there. Okay. This nice and inked up. And we're going to stamp that on here. Now, pretty, right? But watch this. Now I have the solid image. So this is this one up here in the corner. And what I want to do for this one is ink it up in Orchid Oasis. Now, when you see this stamping, sometimes you might think you need to have a whole bunch of ink pads that all, match, so different shades of the same color. But what I'm going to show you is how you can just do it with one ink pad. So this was stamped with full ink. Now we're stamping it off on our scrap paper. And then we're going to bring it in here. And what the easiest I found was to match up the inner of the flower. Look at that. It is so pretty, right? Just totally pops that flower and makes it just so gorgeous. Okay, so that is what we call 2-step stamping, when you have 2 stamps that come together to make one beautiful image. Okay, so that's our Orchid Oasis. Let's step that off to the side. Actually, I'm going to close it before I end up with it everywhere. And now we're going to use Petal Pink. And we're going to do this flower here. So same way, we're going to start with this one here, which I already have ready on the block. And I'm going to get it all inked up, full strength, and pop it down here. Right. And then we're going to pull in the solid image that coordinates. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to ink it up, stamp it off, and then we're going to turn it, and again we're matching up that inner piece to create that beautiful 2-step stamping flower. Okay, so that is how you can make these beautiful flowers using only one color of ink pad, just by stamping it off to get the lighter shades. Alternatively, you could use 2 different shades of blue to create this, or pinks, or whatever color you want. But this way is nice and simple, and you really need to have less supplies to make it, which is always a nice too. All right, so then we'll bring our soft succulent ink in again, and we're going to stamp a couple of leaves. So just these 2 single leaves down there. We'll just stamp them on here. All right. Hello, Joanne. Welcome. Okay, so now we are going to, if I had put the right code in and ordered the bundle, then we would have dies that would cut these out beautifully, right? They would match up and they'd get cut out. But I didn't, and I still wanted to share this stamp set this week. So I used my paper snips. And we're going to cut those out. But rather than have you sit here and watch me cut these out, I have gone ahead and done it ahead of time. So here's our cutouts. So basically we just stamped these and I've cut them out. And now we can go ahead and complete the front of our card. Actually, where is my little piece? let's put our sentiment in place first so we make sure we get it lined up the right way. So I want to use Pool Party to tie in with the card base. And the sentiment that I've chosen for the front of the card is some days are harder than others. So let's stamp that with Soft Succulent. And this piece here just measures 1/2 inch by 4 inches. Okay, so get this nice and inked up with our Soft Succulent ink. And I'm going to stamp that a little closer to the right hand side. Okay. And then we can go ahead and we can attach this piece onto our card down here like this. So it's going to go straight across. We're going to use some dimensionals. Oh, I'm so glad you get to watch us live, Joanne. Yes, usually you catch the replays. Welcome. Okay, so let's go ahead. We're going to we're going to stick this down here with our dimensionals on. Okay, so now we'll make these flowers on our card. So I'm going to start with our Orchid Oasis. I'm just placing these right now. I don't want to stick them down yet because I want to get the placement right. And then we want to have our petal pink sort of in there, and then we'll add our leaves in. So that looks pretty good. So let's get some more dimensionals. Stick those on there. Maybe a third one down here. My hands are just freezing right now. It's hard to get these to get them to do much. Okay, got that there, and then we'll take our petal pink flower. And again, we're going to put those 3 dimensionals on the back. We'll layer this on there. Perfect. And then we're going to grab some mini dimensionals. And we'll stick some on the back of our leaves. You guys know me. If you watch along every week or you follow my blog, I use a lot of Stampin' Dimensionals. They are my favorite. So we're going to stick this one in here, but I think what I want to do is have it kind of overlapping a little bit. So it's behind the pink and kind of overlapping over the blue. And then we'll take our second set of leaves and we'll add dimensionals to them as well. Perfect. And then we'll take this one and we're going to tuck it over here to add some of the Soft Succulent into these colors over here. Oops. Let's tuck it underneath. Like that. How pretty is that? I love it. Okay, so let's take another piece of ribbon. This one doesn't need to be very big. And no, we are not going to tie a bow. I know Joanne's already thinking that. We are going to tie just a simple knot right here. This ribbon does tie absolutely gorgeous bows. It's so easy to work with, but I just like the look of a knot on this card. So let's just take that, we'll tie a knot. Trim that off on a bit of an angle. Okay, it's coming. Then we need a little bit of bling. So I am going to use the Iridescent Pastel Gems that come in the same suite. Oh, if I can open them up. Okay, so they come in 3 colors. This is like a petal pink. This is more like the Pool Party, and this would be kind of like, almost looks calypso corally. You can see that I've used a bunch of my petal pink ones already. But here we'll go just and attach, I'm going to use the blue ones for here. So there's 2 different sizes. We'll take a small one and we'll stick that down here. Then we'll take one of these larger ones. Put it over here at the end of our banner. And one more. Let's do a smaller one. I always like to have my bling in 3. Put that up here by the bow. Okay. Some days are harder than others. So this is our card front. Now, of course, we do have that piece of 4 by 5 1/4 white for the inside of our card, and my little mat here is getting all twisted about. So I want to decorate this. I always like to decorate the inside of my card, and I really love this Orchid Oasis flower. So I'm going to stamp that in the corner. So again, we're going to do it the same way we did the front. The detailed stamp full, like that. And the solid one stamped off. Line up those centers and snap it down. There's our beautiful flower. We can take some soft succulent ink now. And just add a little bit of greenery down here. Maybe a little bit up here too. Why not? It's fun to stamp. Let's stamp another one up here. Okay, so I'm going to use the same ink again, and I'm going to take off. I forgot to bring my cleaning cloth in here with me, but I'm going to take this off. Clean that later. And we want a sentiment for the inside. And this stamp set is really awesome because it has sentiments that coordinate. So they could go for the outside and the inside, which makes for really easy card making. So we have some days are harder than others, and I'm going to put hope today is one of the easier ones. Okay. Oh. So that's going to be one part, but I'm not done. I'm going to stamp this in soft succulent here on our card. Okay, and then I'm going to take that off and add it to my cleaning pile over here. And then I'm going to add Here For You Always. So again, soft succulent. I'm going to line that up just below there. And that is our insert. So as I said before, I love to add some extra stamping love to the inside of my cards. Coordinate them with the front. It really gives that extra touch to it. So here, we'll get this and attach that in. Voila! That's our card for tonight. How easy and quick was that? I love it. I love these two-step stamping flowers, and how everything in that suite coordinates so perfectly. And it does show you that even if you don't have the dies, you can still do these flowers just simply by cutting them with your paper snips, which really was not all that hard to do. The pretty bling and the paper that all coordinates is just wonderful. So there it is. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to just flip the camera again. If I can find the right button. There we go. Okay, so thanks everybody for watching and taking time out of your Valentine's Day evening to come and stamp with me. It was wonderful to see you all here, and I hope that you liked this pretty card that we shared today. Two-tone Flora, if it's not already on your radar, make sure to check that out in the catalog. It's in the purple mini. When you purchase the bundle, you do qualify for a free celebration item, so that's always a bonus. And just remember that celebration is on until February 28th, so you do have 2 more weeks to get those orders placed and get your free product. And you may want to consider making that free product the sending support with these wonderful messages for your card making. All right, so thank you so much again, and until next week, I hope you have a wonderful, crafty Tuesday, Valentine's Day evening, and the rest of your week is amazing. It looks like it's going to be getting cold here, so I'm going to crank the heat and make sure I'm nice and warm while I'm down here stamping. All right, everybody, until next time, happy crafting. Cheers.